Then, as I told, that coordination within the central, security management team. So SOC is responsible for that. Now, this is basically we require a SOC. Then I'll come on to the types of SOC. Okay. So SOC can be, basically of three types. So we can outsource the SOC. So we can build an in-house SOC, or we can have a mixed kind of a setup. So in outsourcing the complete setup, so we have very less, capital expenditure, but yeah, operation expenditure will be high. So we can leverage the MSSP. So MSSP is the Managed Security Service Provider. So these are basically IT firms, cybersecurity firms that are, expert in creating a SOC. So they give their services to an organization. They set up a SOC for an organization. So it gives the expertise, it gives the manpower, it gives the tools, it sets up. So in the outsource model, we just give, some IT or security vendor to, the SOC setup to be done by them. Now, when there is a, a lack of a skilled staff and all, we get this outside expertise, and, we have a better SOC. The challenges here are that don't have a, dedicated analyst from within the organization. So lack of understanding of business concerns and infrastructure. So he might not be knowing the domain knowledge. So suppose there is a bank, it wants to set up a SOC. Now banking industry is very different from pharma. So a third party MSSP coming in, setting up a SOC for that a bank, and he has previously not done for any bank, and he might have done for other organizations. So there's a business concern. So he might not be knowing the types of attacks, meant for banks, or how does a bank function. So basically, the domain knowledge gets missed in the this type of a setup. And then we have, a lot of coordination required with the MSSP. So this, we have to deal with the vendor basically. A lot of effort goes into that. It depends upon vendor how he, handles, and how is the, interaction with him. So basically, this is a challenge. Then this might be case of data stored in process outside. So in some cases, the MSSP, sets up a SOC, and that is part of a contract only, but it reduces the cost. So sometimes the data that is not stored actually in an organization, it is, part of a cloud. So some organizations, they have to, comply that they have a SOC. So they just make a SOC. They don't, really want it, but for compliance they have to do it. So for reducing the cost, they allow the MSSP to store the data, and it is processed outside. So this is a challenge for organization if, in future they want, to greater control over it. So it is a difficult thing. Then if we have an in-house SOC, so we will have to provide a dedicated staff for it. So in a 24/7 kind of a setup, we need, resources, we need manpower. So a lot of manpower, in fact. So the better thing here is that if an analyst is, having the domain knowledge of the organization, he's working in the organization already. He knows the business concerns and how is the infrastructure placed. So this is one good point for in-house SOC. And the data is stored and processed inside the organization only, and it has a, greater control over the security and compliance. They don't have to, worry and depend upon any external entity to do their task. So the challenge is here that we, recruitment of skills and training, the most difficult part, to find a resource good enough to, have a great SOC. Then the cost increases because we are setting it up. So we need all the capital expenditure to be spent. So we need the servers, we need all these devices, we need the setup, the environment. So everything, the cost increases. Also, the maturity comes at a, very slow pace. So pace depends, but yeah, initially the maturity doesn't come because we are setting it up ourselves. Okay, we will be taking some expertise from outside, but still setting up a SOC, maturity takes a lot of time. So it is in years basically. So we need to these tools and devices need to be configured and monitored, and baselining is done. So it takes time. So these are challenges. So maximum PSUs go for a hybrid SOC kind of a setup. So government also. So it depends upon the organization. So this basically leverages both the good points of the in-house and the outsourced SOC. So they can initially put up their staff in support to the external trained staff of the MSSP. So basically they can learn with them, and second option and backup is available, and more greater control is there within the organization. So hybrid setup is mix of these two. So we some points taken from outsource and some points from in-house. So these are basically the types of a SOC. So now we come on to the building blocks. So as always, so people, process, technology is there. So we will be covering these for the SOC thing. Now first we come on to the people. Now people will include the analyst and the incident responder. So these are basically the 24/7 kind of analysts sitting there. So they monitor in real time, they do the triaging. Then there is incident analysis, coordination and response for incident malware analysis. So these are basically the SOC analyst activities. So they look at the tools, they look at the devices, they monitor them. So any breach or any suspicious activity, if it is found, so they raise it and they try to solve it. Then there is a task for trending in intel. So basically, in cybersecurity, threat intelligence is very important. So there are on daily basis, there are new, security incidents coming up, and they all are using a different kind of a thing. So basically, there are new, vulnerabilities coming up every day. So new vulnerabilities will require patches and all. So patches takes time. So threat intel is basically new intelligence related to cybersecurity. So any breach occurred or any new malware that has come, any new ransomware type of attack. So we need people collecting these types of intelligence on a daily basis or a regular basis. So they analyze. So and the other thing is distribution and disbursement of this information. Then there is a creation of trends. So how the devices or maybe any trend related to a security thing. So this is part of a SOC. So we as CERT, we disseminate cyber threat intel to various participating organizations. So this is one of our task of a CERT. So we do that. Then there is a SOC system admins. So we have a lot of tools. So we require system administrators for them. We need maintain and tune those systems. So we sometimes require creation of custom signatures. Like we need to monitor some websites related to, say, there are elections coming up, and there is a result portal for elections. So we need to create a custom signature for the election portal only. So we need system admins for them, and also a lot of tasks are there. So we need to automate and do scripting things. So SOC system admins, this is a type of resources that are required in a SOC. Then there is engineering. So there are a lot of tools. So new tools come up every day. So we need people to analyze, do some proof of concepts. So automation also. So this is a SOC engineering kind of a thing. So we need new tools and deploy those tools, manage those tools. So there is an engineering division. Then ultimately there's a SOC manager sitting at the top of all these analysts. Yeah. So yeah, we were on the people thing. So we discussed about the SOC manager.